Namaste to everyone. I welcome you all in my YouTube video channel. Today I will deliver lecture on vector space. Lecture number 15, in which I will discuss some theorems on direct sum of two subspaces. If A and B are two sets such that A intersect B equal to phi, means a null set or empty set, then sets A and B are disjoint sets. In the case of subspace, each subspace is a vector space. Therefore, it will contain zero element. Each subspace contains zero element. Therefore, the intersection of two subspaces gives at least one element, that is zero element. So, similar to disjoint sets, we may not get disjoint in the case of intersection of two subspaces. Means intersection of two subspaces will not a null set. In this sense, we define disjoint subspaces. Two subspaces W1 and W2 of a vector space Vf are said to be disjoint if their intersection is zero subspace. That is, intersection of W1 and W2 is a set containing only zero element, not other than zero elements. Then W1 and W2 subspaces are called disjoint subspaces. Now we prove a theorem. Theorem is the necessary and sufficient condition for a vector space Vf to be direct sum of its two subspaces W1 and W2 are that: number 1, V equal to W1 plus W2. Number 2, W1 intersect W2 is a set containing only zero element. That is, W1 and W2 are disjoint. Now we prove this necessary part of the proof. Let Vf be the direct sum of its two subspaces W1 and W2. Direct sum, that means each element of Vf is expressible as a sum of an element of W1 and an element of W2. Therefore, V equal to W1 plus W2. This is number 1. Each element of V is expressible as sum of element of W1 and element of W2. If possible, let alpha belongs to W1 intersect W2 such that alpha not equal to 0. Then alpha belongs to W1 and alpha belongs to W2, implies that alpha belongs to V. Since W1 and W2 are subsets of V, we can write alpha belongs to V in following ways. Since W1 is a subspace, therefore it contains 0 element. Therefore 0 belongs to W1, and here we see that alpha belongs to W2. Then 0 plus alpha equal to alpha. Again, since alpha belongs to W1 and 0 belongs to W2, alpha plus 0 equal to alpha. This is number 3. From 2 and 3, we see that alpha belongs to V can be expressed in at least 2 different ways. As sum of an element of W1 and an element of W2. Here alpha equal to 0 plus alpha. Here 0 belongs to W1 and alpha belongs to W2. Here alpha equal to alpha plus 0, alpha belongs to W1 and 0 belongs to W2. This contradicts the fact that V is a direct sum of W1 and W2. For the direct sum, each element of V is expressed uniquely as sum of an element of W1 and an element of W2. Here our uniquely term is violated. Hence our assumption here alpha not equal to 0 is wrong. That is, alpha equal to 0 is the only vector for the intersection of W1 and W2. That is, alpha equal to 0 is only vector common to both W1 and W2. That is, W1 intersect W2 is a set containing only one vector 0. Therefore, necessary part is proved. Now we prove the sufficient part of the theorem. Let V equal to W1 plus W2 and W1 intersect W2 is a set containing only 0 vector. This is number 5. Now we have to show that V is the direct sum of W1 and W2. Now V equal to W1 plus W2 implies that each element of V can be expressed as sum of an element of W1 and an element of W2. If possible, let alpha belongs to V is expressed as in 2 ways. Alpha equal to alpha 1 plus alpha 2, number 6, and alpha equal to beta 1 plus beta 2, where alpha 1 belongs to W1, alpha 2 belongs to W2. Here beta 1 belongs to W1, beta 2 belongs to W2. From 6 and 7, we get that alpha 1 plus alpha 2 equal to beta 1 plus beta 2 implies that alpha 1 minus beta 1 equal to beta 2 minus alpha 2. This is number 8. Since W1 is a subspace and alpha 1 beta 1 belongs to W, therefore alpha 1 minus beta 1 belongs to W1. Here alpha 1 minus beta 1 equal to beta 2 minus alpha 2. That means beta 2 minus alpha 2 belongs to W1. Similarly, beta 2 minus alpha 2 belongs to W2 implies that alpha 1 minus beta 1 belongs to W2, since beta 2 minus alpha 2 equal to alpha 1 minus beta 1. Therefore, we get that alpha 1 minus beta 1 belongs to W1 and alpha 1 minus beta 1 belongs to W2. Beta 2 minus alpha 2 belongs to W1 and beta 2 minus alpha 2 belongs to W2. That means alpha 1 minus beta 1 equal to beta 2 minus alpha 2 belongs to W1 intersect W2. But from 5, here we have W1 intersect W2 contains only 0 vector. So alpha 1 minus beta 1 belongs to W1 intersect W2. That means this vector will be 0 vector, and this vector beta 2 minus alpha 2 will also be 0 vector. Here we write 0, here we write 0. That means alpha 1 equal to beta 1 and beta 2 alpha 2 equal to beta 2. Therefore, here alpha 1 equal to beta 1, alpha 2 equal to beta 2. That means alpha belongs to V is uniquely expressed as sum of an element of W1 and an element of W2. Hence, VF is the direct sum of subspaces W1 and W2. That is, V equal to W1 direct sum W2. Therefore, sufficient part is proved. Hence, theorem is proved. Now we prove a theorem. If a finite dimensional vector space VF is a direct sum of its two subspaces W1 and W2, then dimension of V equal to dimension of W1 plus dimension of W2. Now we prove this. Prove. Let dimension of W1 equal to L and dimension of W2 equal to M. Let S1 is a set containing vectors alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha alpha L be the basis of W1, and S2 is a set containing vectors beta 1, beta 2 beta M be the basis of W2. Since dimension of W1 plus dimension of W2 equal to L plus M, let this is number 1. Now let S equal to S1 union S2 equal to elements of S1 and elements of S2 here. Let A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus AL alpha L plus B1 beta 1 plus B2 beta 2 plus BM beta M equal to 0. This is number 3. This implies that A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus AL alpha L in left side, and we send this part in right side. Therefore, here we write negative sign. This is number 4. Since alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha L be elements of the basis of W1. That means A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus AL alpha L belongs to W1. Means linear combination of alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha L will be an element which belongs to W1. Similarly, linear combination of vectors beta 1, beta 2, beta m will belong to W2. This is number 5. From 4 and 5, we get that A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus AL alpha L and B1 beta 1, B2 beta 2 plus BM beta M be same. So, this element belong to W1 and this element belong to W2. That means A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus AL alpha L belongs to W1 intersect W2. Similarly, minus B1 beta 1 plus B2 beta 2 plus BM beta M belongs to W1 intersect W2. This is number 6. But we have assumed that V is the direct sum of W1 and W2. That means W1 intersect W2 is a set containing only one vector, that is 0 vector. That means this element will be 0 and this will be also 0. This is number 7. Since alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha L all are linearly independent vectors. Therefore, A1 equal to 0, A2 equal to 0, AL equal to 0. Similarly, beta 1, beta 2, beta M are linearly independent vectors. Therefore, B1 equal to 0, B2 equal to 0, BM equal to 0. From theory here and 8, we get that alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha L, beta 1, beta 2, beta M are linearly independent vectors. And these vectors are elements of S. Means S is a linearly independent subset of vector space Vf. Now let alpha belongs to V, vector space. Let this is number 9. Implies that alpha belongs to W1 direct sum W2. Since V vector space is the direct sum of subspaces W1 and W2. Therefore, alpha equal to an element of W1 plus an element of W2. Since W1 is a subspace and S1 is basis of the subspace, therefore, any element of W1 is represented as a linear combination of vectors of S1 plus similarly an element of W2 means a linear combination of vectors of S2, since S2 is the basis of subspace W2. Since S1 union S2 equal to S, that means elements of S1 and elements of S2 together constitute S, the set S. This means a linear combination of vectors of S. Linear combination of vectors S be the element of linear span of S. That means alpha belongs to LS, linear span of S. This is number 10. From 9 and 10, we get that V is subset of LS. This is number 11. Again, since S is a subset of V, means each element of S is an element of vector space V. Let gamma be the linear combination of vectors of S. That is gamma equal to C1 alpha 1 plus C2 alpha 2 plus dot 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 CL alpha L plus D1 beta 1 plus D2 beta 2 plus dot Dm beta M. This is the linear combination of vectors of S which belong to linear span of S. This is number 12. Also, each alpha I means alpha 1, alpha 2 dot 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 alpha L and each beta I, beta 1, beta 2 dot 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 beta M belong to V. Means these are elements of S, means these are elements of V, since S is the subset of V. And V is closed, vector space is closed under scalar multiplication and vector addition. Here scalar multiplication means C1 alpha 1 is scalar multiplication, C2 alpha 2 is scalar multiplication and their sum is vector addition. Therefore, gamma equal to this belong to V, means scalar multiplication and vector addition of elements of V belong to V. From 12, gamma belongs to LS. In 13, gamma belongs to V. That means LS is subset of V. This is number 14. From 11, we get V is subset of LS. From 14, LS is subset of V. That means V equal to LS. This is number 15. Since we have seen that S is linearly independent subset of Vf and from 15 we get that LS equal to V, therefore S is the basis of vector space Vf. Number of elements of S equal to L plus M. Therefore, dimension of V is the number of elements of its basis, that is number of elements of S, L plus M. From 1 and 16, we get dimension of V equal to, this is dimension of W1 and this is dimension of W2. Proved. Now we prove a theorem. Let V be a finite dimensional vector space and let W1, W2 be subspaces of V such that V equal to W1 plus W2 and dimension of V equal to dimension of W1 plus dimension of W2, then V equal to W1 direct sum W2. That means V is the direct sum of subspaces W1 and W2. Now we shall prove this. Prove. given that V is a finite dimensional vector space, W1 and W2 be two subspaces of this vector space V, such that V equal to W1 plus W2. This is number one, and dimension of V equal to dimension of W1 plus dimension of W2. This is number two. Let dimension of W1 equal to L and dimension of W2 equal to M. Therefore, dimension of V equal to dimension of W1 means L plus dimension of W2 equal to M equal to N. Let and each basis of vector space V will contain n number of vectors, because dimension of V equal to n, and definition of dimension is dimension of V is number of elements in the basis. That means each basis will contain n number of vectors. Let S1 is a set containing vectors alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha L is a basis of W1, and S2 is a basis of W2, which contains vector beta 1, beta 2, beta m. Firstly, we shall show that S1 union S2 is a basis of V. Since V equal to W1 plus W2, therefore any element alpha belongs to V implies that alpha belongs to W1 plus W2. Therefore, alpha is represented as sum of two vectors gamma plus delta, where gamma belongs to W1 and delta belongs to W2. Since gamma belongs to W1, can be expressed as linear combination of vectors of S1, because S1 is the basis of W1. Any element of W1 is represented as a linear combination of vectors of the basis, means vectors of S1. Similarly, delta belongs to W2, and delta will be expressed as linear combination of vectors of basis of W2. That means vectors of S2. S2 be the basis of W2. Therefore, alpha equal to gamma plus delta. Gamma is represented as linear combination of vectors of basis of W1, and delta is represented as linear combination of vectors of basis of W2, means bases are S1 and S2 respectively. Therefore, alpha equal to gamma plus delta can be expressed as linear combination of vectors of S1 union S2. That means linear combination of vectors of S1 union S2 means that linear combination belongs to linear span of S1 union S2. That means alpha belongs to linear span of S1 union S2. This is number 3. Here in number 2, alpha belongs to V. Here alpha belongs to LS union S1 union S2. That means V is subset of L S1 union S2. This is number 4. Again, each element alpha belongs to L S1 union S2 is of the form linear combination of elements of S1 union S2. That means A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus AL alpha L plus B1 beta 1 plus B2 beta 2 dot plus dot Bm beta m. Since alpha 1 alpha 2 dot alpha L beta 1 beta 2 dot beta m all are elements of S1 union S2. Since alpha I means alpha 1 alpha 2 dot alpha L, beta I beta 1 beta 2 dot beta m belong to V vector space. They are elements of vector space basically, and V is closed under scalar multiplication and vector addition. Here A1 alpha 1 is scalar multiplication. Here A2 alpha 2 is scalar multiplication, and their sum is vector addition. Belong to vector space V. That means this alpha belongs to vector space V. This is number 6. From 5 and 6, in 5 alpha belongs to L S1 union S2. In 6 alpha belongs to V. That means L S1 union S2 is subset of V. This is number 7. From 4 and 7, here V is subset of L S1 union S2. In 7, L S1 union S2 is subset of V. That means V equal to L S1 union S2. Given that dimension of V equal to L plus M equal to N, and S1 union S2 has L plus M equal to N vectors. From 8, S1 union S2 generates V. We know that if this set which generates vector space V contains number of elements equal to the dimension of the vector space, then this set will be the basis of the vector space V. Hence, S1 union S2 is a basis of V. This is the set containing all elements of S1 and S2. That means S1 union S2 is this set, and this set is linearly independent set. This is number 12. Let alpha belongs to W1 intersect W2 means alpha belongs to W1 and alpha belongs to W2. If alpha belongs to W1, then alpha is represented as linear combination of vectors of basis of W1. That means alpha equal to A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus dot AL alpha L. Similarly, alpha belongs to W2 is the linear combination of vectors of basis of W2. That means alpha equal to B1 beta 1 plus B2 beta 2 plus dot Bm beta m. This alpha minus alpha equal to 0. We put for first alpha A1 alpha 1 plus A2 alpha 2 plus dot AL alpha L. And for second alpha we write this 14, right side of 14. Since alpha 1 alpha 2 dot alpha L beta 1 beta 2 beta m is linearly independent, then this equal to 0 implies that a1 equal to 0, a2 equal to 0, dot dot dot, al equal to 0, b1 equal to 0, b2 equal to 0, dot dot dot, bm equal to 0. Putting these values in 13 and 14, we get alpha equal to 0. Since alpha belongs to W1 intersect W2, that means only one element alpha equal to 0 belongs to W1 intersect W2. That means W1 intersect W2 is a set containing only single element 0. Therefore, for V equal to W1 plus W2, already it was given, and now we get W1 intersect W2 is a set containing only single element 0. Then V is the direct sum of W1 and W2. Proved. Thanks for watching my video. If you are satisfied with my presentation and contents, then please click on like button and do subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.